Good morning, Econ students. Hope you're all well. It's time to go over Review FRQ number 2, as promised, feedback every day. And one thing you'll notice about this one is you didn't have to draw anything, which is kind of what the direction the College Board is going with the AP test coming up in a few weeks. But keep in mind it can help to draw the graphs even if you're not required to, at least doing it on a piece of scratch paper, try to figure it out. Scores are pretty good on this one, so keep up the good work. Let's get right to it. Assume the economy of Anderson Land is in long-run equilibrium with full employment. In the short run, nominal wages are fixed, okay, meaning that they are, like the floor of a movie theater, they are sticky. So, based on that, we're in long-run equilibrium. I guess we could draw that out really quick. There we go. When we say we're in long-run equilibrium, looks like that. Okay, so we're at full employment. Go us. The economy is strong. We're at long-run aggregate supply. Assume part A. Assume there's an increase in exports from Anderson Land, meaning they're selling more stuff abroad. And we haven't talked a lot about exports and trade. That was in Unit 6. We missed Unit 6 because we're at home and it's not really going to be covered on the AP test. But you need to know exports. So explain the effect of higher exports on each of the following in the short run. And where exports are part of GDP, you're C plus I plus G plus X. And anytime any one of those components goes up, aggregate demand will go up. Okay, because we're talking about more spending. In this case, people are putting money in our economy. So, you would show, if you were drawing a graph, again, not required in this question, Y2, PL2, an increase in exports would increase aggregate demand the same way an increase in consumption would increase aggregate demand. So, shifting to the right. Now, this comes in useful with the next part. Okay, what happened because of the high exports to real GDP? Well, real output went from Y sub F, full employment, to Y sub 2. So, real output increased due to an increase in exports. The second one, part A, part 2, okay, again, just looking at the graph, we went from price level here to price level here, PL1 to PL2. So price level increased as well. Remember, this is key to the next part. Price level going up is the same as inflation. Okay, so if the price level is increasing, prices are increasing, the economy in general, that is inflation. So, based on what happened to the price level, this is part B, what is the impact of higher exports on real wages in the short run? Now, remember, in the prompt, it says nominal wages are fixed, meaning just because this happened didn't mean that you all got raises, okay, to keep up with aggregate demand increasing. Okay, so based on that, the price level goes up, we have inflation. If we have inflation, real wages will decrease. Or that classic formula, nominal minus inflation equals real. So for instance, if nominal wages, I don't know, increase by 1% and inflation is 3%, nominal wages go up by 1%, or even nominal wages stay the same, we'll say 0%, okay, because they're sticky or they're fixed. So nominal wages went up by 0%, we have inflation, that means real wages go down by 3%. So the Fisher hypothesis, make sure you have that formula written down somewhere. Nominal percent minus inflation percent equals real. It applies to income as well as interest rates. So then, part C, as a result of the increase in exports, export-oriented industries in Anderson Land increase expenditures or spending on container ships and equipment. So they're basically buying things that will help them conduct business. What we're talking about, part 1 of C, what component of aggregate demand will change? Investment. If we're buying equipment and machinery and ships and things like that to help us with production, that would be investment. What would the impact of this be on long-run aggregate supply? Well, if we're talking about the total number of things we produce in the economy, if we're putting more investment in the long run, that will shift the graphs to the right. That will increase long-run aggregate supply. If we have more equipment, if we have more ships, machinery, factories, that leads to an increase in production. The long-run aggregate supply will increase. And like I said, a pretty straightforward one. You'll see similar one today, and we're going to kind of move away from drawing graphs as officially part of the FRQs, but it helps. Okay, if we're talking like the next one today, you have to draw, it would help to draw a money market to help you figure out what happened to interest rates. So keep that in mind. Drawing graphs on scratch paper, maybe even drawing graphs on the one you're turning into me, even if it's not required. Okay, as always, let me know. If you have any questions, I posted another College Board review as well for you to review, help with formulas, help with things to remember, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Have a great Thursday.